got a doozy for you today. I'll get right into it. President Donald Trump announces he's working to rapidly end Christian bias in America. And oh yeah, I've got plenty of words to say here. Let's read a little more. He brought up that he created the first ever Department of Justice task force to eradicate anti-Christian bias. Okay, now I'll get back to the article, but first, yes, there's tons of anti-Christian bias. Clearly there is, and I don't think anybody can rightfully deny it. But you don't use the government to combat that. That's gonna turn ugly.
Yeah, that's going to turn ugly real fast.
I think
Even though,
a lot of states and judges will be suing him in this attempt. I would
I mean,
imagine.
even though I think that it is a admirable thing to try to do, because now it's people are using the fact that others are Christian as a weapon against them.
But a better way is to not have the need for any religion or belief to be brought up. Just like I mean, I would feel better if he ran on, we need to stop discriminating against whites because there's a lot more of that than discriminating against Christians. But
Yeah.
anyway, okay, so eradicating anti Christian bias executive order. The order noted the purpose was to protect the religious freedoms of America and end the anti-Christian weaponization of government. So it looks like he's primarily aiming for government, which that is his, wheelhouse. He can't order everyone, but he can tell the government, you got to knock this shit off. The order cited various methods of anti-Christian bias that the Biden administration engaged in, such as arresting pro-life Christians for protesting by praying and singing outside of abortion murder mills clinics, is their wording, labeling radical traditionalist Catholics as domestic terrorism threats, infiltrating Catholic churches as threat mitigation, and using Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to propagate and force Christians to affirm radical transgender ideology. Now, the people singing and all this outside of these clinics, and yeah, if you want to think of them as murder mills, I can see your point of view. I'm not telling you you're wrong there, but technically they are being a public menace. It is already illegal for them to do so. They're creating a scene, and they are doing public protesting, in which technically you're supposed to have a license, a permit, for.
Well, I think that goes two ways. You know, if they don't want the Christians protesting outside of these places, then they should stop the feminists and the LGBTQ and all this stuff from protesting the events and things
Yeah,
that they protest outside of too.
look, I understand. Tell people they can't protest, and they're gonna be mad as hell. But any real protesting is illegal protesting anyway, because I don't know. You think of the nature of it is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I can understand the people wanting to be able to protest. I can understand that, but on these weird ass grounds, I mean, it's like I disagree with you, so I'm gonna fight you over it. This is not, these are some weird ass grounds that they're doing it on.
I think so too.
I mean, you generally don't see gay prides being marched in on and they're all getting beat down.
True. Well, I think
There's
that
like
this,
it's like why are these weirdos here? I wish they weren't.
yeah, I think that this, while it's an admirable thing to try to do, once the government gets involved, there was another incident centuries ago when the government got involved with religion, and that's what started the whole Inquisition.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel a little funny that he's coming from a position of top government, going, we're gonna knock this out because we can't have people hating a religion.
Yeah, well,
Comes off weird.
I mean, I see his point.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's wrong. People have an incredible anti-Christian uh thing going on, but I do not believe this is the correct way to handle it.
No, I don't either. I think that the government should stay out of religion and religion should stay out of government. I mean, because the two don't mix.
So he says, my administration will not tolerate anti-Christian weaponization of government or unlawful conduct targeting Christians. Now, I take it he's speaking on what the Biden administration did, besides the clinic protesters, um, using Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to propagate and force Christians to affirm radical transgender ideology. They absolutely did do that. There's certain workforces that the workers can't opt out of these things. There's in many of these workforces, they must come to basically pride meetings and say they stand with them and then show it. I mean, maybe he's using this to like a whack-a-mole to whack other things down, but it's got to have a face to it, and the face will be what's about anti-Christian, if you follow me here.
Yeah. Well, I think that you were speaking of certain workforces where they have to toe the line in order to stay employed. I think it's that way with the education system too. I think a lot of the teachers have to do the same thing to keep their job. And if they
Yeah,
don't do it, they're let go.
there's a lot of people afraid to say how they really feel, believe, think, what they have their faith in. They're afraid, and they it's kind of like the days of when the gays, they would say they would have beards, and that meant they would get married as a cover. They would even have children as a cover, but they were struggling in life because they were gay and they had to do this so that they wouldn't have their life ruined or killed. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like that now for whites and straights and Christians. I mean, it's not absolutely that way, but it's leaning hard against straight whites and Christians.
Yeah, it
And
is.
of course, men, but in particular, men who are straight, white, or Christian.
Yeah. I mean,
So, yeah, you don't go equality and we're going to have it by beating this other side down. It's like we want things to be fair, so we're going to put them as low as we can. What?
well, no one group of people has the right to discriminate against another group of people simply because of their religion, race, or whatever. And the side that is doing this is guilty of the thing that they're trying to fight against, and they're doing it worse because they won't let anybody exist. They want everybody to be like them, and that's
So
wrong.
he says, and for the people that are a little bit naive or not well read, this is a tremendous anti-Christian bias. We don't hear about it. We don't think about it. You hear about anti-Semitic, but you don't hear about anti-Christian. You have a strong anti-Christian bias, but we're ending that rapidly. I will tell you. I don't foresee it. I foresee it making the divide, the line in the dirt clearer. That's the only way I could see this going down. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I commend him for his attempt, but I do not think this is the way.
I don't think so either.
We don't have a country. And I created the first ever Department of Justice task force to eradicate anti-Christian bias. And for those people that are a little bit naive or not well read, there is a tremendous anti-Christian bias. We don't hear about it. We don't think about it. You hear about anti-Semitic, but you don't hear about anti-Christian. Now, you have a strong anti-Christian bias, but we're ending that rapidly. I will tell you, it's a whole. We're
Now, see, if I knew he was gonna say that, I didn't watch his video. If I knew he was gonna say that, I wouldn't have bothered reading it. But here we are. Okay, I'll let him speak
Much
for a little bit
different
more.
world today than we were 1 year ago. This is like a different world. And to support parents' rights, we're fighting, as you know, for school choice, which most people want. Most people want it. I'll tell you. Dan was responsible for getting it along with the governor of Texas. They got it in Texas, and we helped you a little bit. They needed about 20 votes from the legislature. He said, could you make a phone call to whoever they were, the legislators, who I like a lot. But they were about 20 votes short, and they have been for about 10 years. I said, all right, let's give it a shot.
Okay, I doubt this video is going anywhere, but I will say I was thinking for a second. What he's doing could be somewhat effective, but where it won't be effective is how he chose to frame it. The task force against anti-Christian bias, rather than say equal rights for faith.
Yeah.
The way he chose to frame it is going to hurt us more than anything.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not even speaking as a Christian. It's not. I'm not big into that. I believe what they teach is good, but anyway, yeah, it's the way it's framed is going to make more of a divide, I think.
Yeah, because the harder they push against all that nonsense, the harder the other side's going to push back. And it's just
And
going to
all,
be an ugly mess.
and all I'm saying is I'm open to faith and spirituality, and I'm open to a wide range of things. But I don't see anything wrong with much of the Christian beliefs. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, this could yeah, this could bring some trouble for people. This could make things hard. It may help in the way it's applied if it's applied correctly, but the way it's framed, that alone will cause some damage.
Yeah, I think so too. It'd be interesting to see how this plays out in the future and everything else, and what the next president's going to do. If they're a Democrat, they'll probably work their ass off to change it.
Oh, I seen a meme today or yesterday. It's kind of like Democrats was in office. It's like you're gay now. Your kids are gonna watch drag shows. And it had this long list, right? Blah 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 blah. And then it went. Now that Trump's president, why are Republicans so mean? Point is when the Democrats were in power, they came down on with this, immigrant, this LGBTQ. They came down like a hammer on people so hard, and it was like, oh, why are you doing this, right? I think it's even to the point where they turned a lot of Democrats Republican. I think that's what happened. That's why Trump won so overwhelmingly, because they came down so hard with that stuff. And now they're going, you people are mean. Yeah, after you tried to force all this weird ass shit on us.
Yeah, I mean, I frequent Reddit a lot, and I see on various subreddits where people that were Democrat switched. I mean, when Trump got into running for president this time, they switched over. It was like a wall of people switching over because they were sick of the bullshit. And that's why he won.
I'm not cheering for any side because, left wing, right wing, same damn bird. But this whole woke and immigrant movement has definitely pushed me a little over to one side. But I'm still not gonna stand up and cheerlead for anybody. But yeah, I can see if it made me go, whoa, maybe I should move over. If it made me do that, it definitely made the people out there do it.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
so that's
too.
all for this one. Till next time, later.